Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to come on and let everyone know that is watching right now. First pitch will not be until 5:30 local Central Time, so 4:30 Mountain Time. The umpires were originally told 7 o'clock, and that's originally when this game was supposed to be played, so they're not here yet. So we're waiting until 5:30. 4:30 Mountain to play this game here in Pierre. I'll be back on for our pregame show about 4:25 Mountain Time. Good afternoon and welcome into the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. My name is Adam Birch and this is the J&J Truck and Auto Body pregame show presented by J&J Truck and Auto Body. For the highest quality work and hassle-free customer service, let J&J take away your stress. That's J&J Truck and Auto Body on East Philadelphia Street in Rapid City. We're live at Hardhats Stadium in Pierre, South Dakota for the matchup between Post 22 Hardhats and the Pierre Post 88s. And there's one game here tonight, a little bit more delayed than originally planned for, but everyone's here that needs to be, and we're just about set to get underway here in Pierre. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups built by Connect Home Center. Whether it's residential or commercial, Connect Home Center has been your hometown lumberyard since 1928. For the visiting Post 22 Hardhats, it's the designated hitter, Zeke Farley, who will lead things off, followed by Amari and Saylor, the left fielder. He bats second. Wyatt Anderson, the third baseman, bats third. Harrison Good, the right fielder, fourth. Dylan Marsh, fifth. He is the second baseman. Lee Nagebauer, the first baseman, bats sixth. Judd Jensen, the center fielder, seventh. Jake Solano does the catching. He bats eighth. And Wilson Kiefer, the shortstop, bats ninth for head coach Kelvin Torvey. Lincoln Keenholz winds, kicks, deals, and misses downstairs in the dirt for ball one, and we are underway at 5:26 local Central Time as Farley pops one foul right side and out of play. Hardhats Stadium on grass, outfield and infield, and then dirt around the base paths and infield area. Strike two on the inside edge, a breaking ball that time from Keenholz, and Farley in a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Keenholz winds, kicks, deals, and Farley fouls it away, out of play. We're stationed a little bit higher up than usual, and those foul balls that come flying over to the right side of the field as Farley looks at ball two, a touch outside. Just might come in here. It'd have to be about perfect trajectory. The 2-2 downstairs in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Grayson Hunsley, and Farley in a 3-2 full count. Keenholz winds, kicks, deals, and the payoff is inside edge, called strike three, and Farley goes down looking to start the ball game. So 1 up, 1 gone for the Hardhats. It's Amari and Saylor, the left fielder, to bat second. And Saylor looks at a first pitch called strike one. First pitch breaking ball from Lincoln Keenholz on the mound. He's a right-hander. He winds quick, fires quickly, and Saylor fouls it straight back and off the netting. Big backstop here at Hardhats Stadium in Pierre. And lots of walkway area between the dugouts and home plate. The 0-2 to Saylor, breaking ball, misses a touch upstairs. A ball and 2 strikes on Saylor. This Pierre Post 8 club enters at 11-16 on the season. A line drive, base hit into the right field, and Amari and Saylor, a 1-out base knock into the hit column for the first time. He continues to stay hot at the plate. Brings up wide, Anderson. Anderson, the third baseman for the Hardhats defensively. Give you Lincoln Keenholz's numbers on the mound this season. He works from the stretch on the far first base side. Kicks and deals, and the first pitch breaking ball hits the outer edge, 0-1. 11 2/3 innings so far. This is his first start, 7th appearance overall, a 1-0 record, 10 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned 18 strikeouts to just 3 walks. And a bouncer up the middle, past the diving second baseman, Weeby into center field. Saylor trying to go first to third, and he's in there standing up. A single for White. Anderson has the Hardhats in business. Runners on the corners with just 1 out. Looked like Saylor almost tripped around the second base bag, but held his balance. A 1.20 ERA for Lincoln Keenholz. Rolls the baseball behind his back before he faces Harrison Good, the right fielder. 1 out, runners on the corners. First pitch to Good. Misses high and tight, ball 1. The Hardhats on their side, 31-20 entering play here tonight, and just 1 in-state loss coming into play. 1-0 swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike to Good. So a big in-state game here this afternoon. Just 1 game here in Pierre. The 1-1 from Keenholz misses high and tight. Breaking ball that time. Tried the inside edge and missed. Out 2 balls and a strike. Set at the bell on a peek at first. High leg kick and deals. Anderson takes off for second. There will be no throw. Good swung and missed. So it's an even count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 ducks on the pond in scoring position for the Hardhats now, with still just the 1 out. Harrison Good, 32 runs batted in on the season, and time asked for at the plate and granted. Right side of the infield playing in. And strike 3 called on the outside edge. Good goes down looking for out number 2. Now it's Dylan Marsh's turn to try and drive in the game's first run. And Marsh looks at ball 1 inside from Keenholz. 2 on, both in scoring position with 2 outs. Keenholz hits the bottom outside edge. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Marsh with 10 runs batted in and a 3.05 average. Keenholz into the wind and the 1-1, chopped to foul up the third base line. So it's Saylor off a third, Anderson off a second with 2 outs, and now Marsh in a 1-2 deficit. Ball and 2 strikes on Dylan Marsh, second baseman. Keenholz winds and deals, and this one a bouncer to the second baseman, Jaden Weeby. Up and fires the first in time, out number 3. And Keenholz works himself out of the jam. The Hardhats strand 2 in scoring position. We are scoreless after 1 inning of play. We'll be back for the bottom of the first after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City.
We are your community. We are your neighbors. Our family of doctors are invested in our community. At Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, we are honored to help you along the journey from injury to recovery. You have a choice with Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you.
Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Adam Birch alongside you, ready to bring you the bottom of inning number 1 here in Pierre at Hardhats Stadium. And Palmer Jacobs, the top of the Hardhats around him as he takes the mound for the Hardhats defensively. Palmer Jacobs, 63 innings pitched this season. This is his 10th start, 14th appearance overall, a 6-3 record, 1 save in 1 opportunity as well. 53 hits, 33 runs, 28 earned runs, 58 strikeouts to just 24 walks, and a 3.11 ERA for Palmer Jacobs on the mound. Lincoln Keenholz, his pitching counterpart, leads things off. He bats from the right side, and Palmer kicks and deals and misses high for ball 1. Palmer Jacobs works solely out of the stretch position. Keenholz closed off stance on the right side. Line drive, base hit past the shortstop Wilson Kiefer into left field, and leadoff single by Keenholz. Brings up the shortstop, Matt Hansen. Hansen also a right-handed bat for Pierre. Set the rest of the lineup for the 8s. It's Jaden Wiebe, the second baseman, who bats 3rd. Bennett Dean, the first baseman, bats 4th. Johnny Lyons, the third baseman, bats 5th. And Jacobs misses outside for ball 1. George Stalley bats 6th. He's the right fielder. Left fielder Jack Merkwan bats 7th. Grayson Hunsley, the catcher, bats 8th. And Brecken Kruger, the center fielder, bats 9th. Strike on the inside edge from Palmer Jacobs. Even count now on Matt Hansen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Matt Hansen coming into play, batting .315 on the season. Breaking ball misses high and tight. 2 balls and a strike. 23 hits and 73 at-bats. 18 of those 23 are singles for Hansen. 2-1. Bouncer left side through the gap into left field. And back-to-back singles to start the ball game for the 8s. They have runners on first and second, nobody out. Hardhats had first and second, 1 out. Actually, first and third, 1 out, and then second and third with 1 out. Failed to score. Here's Jaden Wiebe. Right-handed bat. Straight up stance on the right side, and ball outside from Jacobs. Jaden Wiebe in the 3 spot, batting .276 coming into play. 11 singles, 2 doubles, 3 triples, 12 batted in. And a swing and a miss. It popped out of the glove of Solano. A big backstop here at Hardhats Stadium, and the runners just have to jog their way into second and third. Maybe a cross-up of the sign, so Solano out to have a word with Palmer Jacobs. So now second and third, nobody out for Pierre. Trying to get on the board early, as did the Hardhats try. They did not succeed. Hits are even at 2 aside already. Next pitch misses outside. 2 balls and a strike on Wiebe. The defense for the Hardhats, Amarian Saylor in left field, Jed Jensen the center fielder, and Harrison Good in right field. Jacobs kicks and deals and misses low. 3 balls and a strike on Wiebe. Across the infield, it's Wyatt Anderson at the hot corner. Wilson Kiefer, the shortstop. Dylan Marsh, the second baseman. And Lee Negebauer, the first baseman. Jake Solano does the catching. And ball 4 misses low. Bases run full now. Nobody out. And now with the bases full, you have the cleanup batter at the plate and a left-hander at that in Bennett Dean. Shorterwood stance on the left side, rests the bat on his back left shoulder, and Jacobs misses up and away for ball one. Still scoreless, bottom of the first here in Pierre at Hardhats Stadium. Plenty of clouds in the sky, but a sunny day. Pickoff move to first, and Negebauer couldn't handle it. A little bit low. Had the throw been a little bit more on target, might have had Wiebe picked off. Jacobs kicks and deals and misses high, ball two. There's nowhere to put him, and Jacobs has not found the strike zone for a little bit. Hardhats in their all gray uniforms, gray tops, gray pants. Jacobs 2-0, outside and high, ball three. Now you gotta just find the strike zone. A get me over fastball, anything to get across the plate. Solano sets up right down the middle, and a fastball right down the middle called strike one. 3 balls and a strike. It's Rapid City across the chest in navy blue lettering and cursive navy blue lettering. And a swing and a miss on the 3-1 by Dean. Count runs full now, 3-2. A red number below that text on the front, red numbers on their backs, and a navy blue stripe down the side of the pant leg. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Dean goes down swinging for a huge out, number one. Now Johnny Lyons, the third baseman. Bases still full. Hardhats in double play depth. Still scoreless, bottom of the first. Lyons bats from the right side, a closed off stance, and he looks at ball one outside. Palmer Jacobs already at 18 pitches in this first inning through just a third of an inning. The 1-0, downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. And for Palmer, in this start, it is a hot day. He hasn't been getting ahead in the count. 2-0. There's a strike on the outer edge. 2 balls and 1 strike. Palmer worked all the way back from a 3-0 bases loaded to 3-2 and a strikeout. 2-1 is a little bit outside. 3 balls and a strike. There's still nowhere to put him. Bases full of green Pierre jerseys. The 3-1 from Jacobs. There's a strike 2, calling across the belt, outside edge. The count runs full, 3-2. Full count, bases loaded, 1 out. Jacobs set, kicks and deals, and it's a foul tipped into the glove of Jake Solano, and Jacobs has struck out the next 2 after the bases were loaded up. Now George Stalley. Stalley bats from the right side. Shorterwood straight up stance, and he looks at a called strike 1 inside edge, 0-1. Stalley, the right fielder, comes into play, batting .279 in the 6th spot. Bases still full and 2 outs now. Still a big gap on the left side of the infield, and a fly ball playable in right center field. Harrison Good, it calls everyone off, and that's out number 3. Hardhats stranded 2 in scoring position. The 8th strand, the base is full, and we're scoreless after 1 inning of play here in Pierre. Back in a moment for the top of the second after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. We're set for inning number 2 and scoreless after both teams strand runners in scoring position. The Hardhats stranded second and third. Pierre stranded the bases full. First pitch to Lee Negebauer, the left-handed bat misses outside ball 1. Negebauer, the first baseman, followed by Jen Jensen in center field, and Jake Solano, the catcher, as Negebauer swings through the 1-0, even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Negebauer getting the start at first base as he has the last few games. He swings through another 1 ball and 2 strikes now. On the season, just his 4th game played here today. Into the wind, the 1-2, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 hits and 6 at-bats. That's good enough for a .333 average for Negebauer. 2-2, swing and a miss. Negebauer goes down swinging for out number 1. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Lincoln Keenholz. Now it's Jed Jensen's turn. Hardhats failed to get the leadoff man on in the first, and then got back-to-back singles. First pitch breaking ball called strike 1 on Jensen. 0-1. Jensen bats from the right side. And he looks at a called strike 2. Comes into play, batting a couple of ticks under 200 at 196. And the 0-2 fouled away. Keenholz needs a new baseball before the 0-2. It's popped out of play. Into the line, Lincoln Keenholz is 0-2. Outside, a ball and 2 strikes on Jensen. Does have 5 driven in, 11 walks. This next one misses high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Keenholz a deep breath. He starts his wind and the 2-2. A little bloop shot, foul territory, right side over by the bullpen of Pierre. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count remains. Jed Jensen in the 7th spot, followed by Solano, the catcher. And Jensen asked for time before Keenholz went into his motion. And now Keenholz will step off, maybe across the signs there. 33 pitches through an inning and a third. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Jensen goes down swinging, out number 2. 4th strikeout overall for the Hardhats. And Lincoln Keenholz now Jake Solano. 2 outs, nobody on for Rapid City, and Solano looks on at first pitch breaking ball, inside edge called strike 1. Solano bats from the right side and looks at a called strike 2. He bats .225 on the season, quickly in an 0-2 deficit. Shoulder width stance on the right side, into the motion and the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Keenholz strikes out the side for Pierre defensively and sends the 8s back to the bats after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Set to bring you the bottom of inning number 2 here in Pierre at Hardhats Stadium. Farmer Jacobs finishes up his warm-up pitches, throws one to Jake Solano after striking out to end the bottom of the second. So it'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for the post 8-8s here in the second inning. Jacobs surrendered the bases loaded, nobody out, after back-to-back singles and a walk to the first 3. A strikeout of the 4 bat, a strikeout of the 5 bat, and a fly to right for round number 3. And we're scoreless after 1.5. Hardhats stranded to 2 in scoring position in their first, went down in order in the second. First pitch called strike 1 on Jack Marquand, the left fielder. Marquand bats from the right side and pops it up, a high pop-up play ball for Wilson Kiefer at short. Underneath of it, it makes the grab, out number 1. Now the catcher, Grayson Hunsley. Hunsley will bat from the right side. He comes in batting .246 on the season, 14 hits and 57 at-bats. Jacobs kicks and deals the 0-1. Line drive, base hit into right field in front of Harrison Good. He thought about firing to first, but decided against it. A 1-out base knock for Hunsley. And now Brecken Kruger, center fielder. Kruger batting .279 coming into play. 15 of his 17 hits, singles, 1 double and 1 triple. First pitch misses downstairs in the dirt, blocked by Solano, 1-0. So the catcher Hunsley off of first with 1 out. Hardhats in double play depth. The 1-0 from Jacobs is a strike on the upper inside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Plenty of clouds in the sky. Nothing too much to worry about, at least right now. A bouncer left side. Anderson over, but it goes past him into left field. It's back-to-back singles by the 8-9 bats of Pierre. That brings up the top of the order in Lincoln Keenholz. Keenholz a single, he's 1 for 1. Ended up being stranded at third base in the first. Already his second at-bat in the second inning. And we're scoreless. Still a big gap on the left side of the infield, and first pitch misses down in the dirt, blocked by Solano. A touch behind him, but he recovers without the runners moving up. Hunsley at second, and Kruger off at first. Jacobs looks into Solano and likes the sign. A peek at second, sidesteps and deals, and a bouncer left side through the gap into left field. Amorian Sailor fields and fires in. The runner coming to the plate, and he scores standing up. It's 1-0 Pierre on an RBI single by Keenholz. Exact spot where he hit it the first time, that big gap on the left side of the infield. Hansen hit the ball right that same spot, left side of the infield, a big gap because the shortstop Kiefer holding on the runner. And Hansen bounces one up the middle. Marsh bobbles, flips to second. They do get the out at second for out number 2. Score it 4-6, and Keenholz out. Hansen reaches on the fielder's choice. Here's Jaden Wiebe. Runners on the corners, 2 gone, 1-0 Pierre. Bottom of the second, Wiebe walked his first time at the plate. Jacobs ready, and the first pitch to Wiebe. Chopper up the third base line, foul. Wiebe batting .276 coming in to play, a .794 OPS. 12 batted in. For Kienholz, that was his 10th run batted in. Jacobs misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Wiebe. Kruger at third. Hansen at first, and he takes off for second. The pitch is inside for a ball to throw to the plate. Not in time. And it's 2-0 Pierre. Solano threw down to second. And the throw was to the second base side on a hop. Marsh had to fire back to the plate with the runner on third. And Kruger scores the second run. Basically a stolen base of home. So it's 2-0 Pierre. They're out hitting the Hardhats 5-2. Only through an inning and 2/3. The 1-2 or 2-1 is outside. And that count is 2-2, I believe, as signaled by our home plate umpire. 2-2, high and tight, ball 3. So runner at second. That's Hansen. Payoff pitch coming to Wiebe. And it's strike 3 called, inside edge. Wiebe goes down looking, out number 3. Pierre on the board first, it's 2-0 8. And we go to the third. Hardhats try and counter after this, trailing 2-0. Right after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth. Sales, Service, and Recreation. 2-0 our score in favor of Pierre. Wilson Kiefer pops a bunt foul behind the plate, a little bit up the first base line. 0-1. Kiefer bats from the right side in the 9th spot for the Hardhats. He's the shortstop here today. Coming into play, batting .290 on the season. The 0-1 from Kienholz pops straight up and out of play, right over my head. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Oh, 2 to Wilson Kiefer. 9-1 and 2 up. And Kiefer swings through a breaking ball for the 4th straight strikeout by Lincoln Kienholz, going back to last inning, where he struck out the side. It's the 6th overall for Kienholz already. Opponents just hitting 200 against Keenholz. Top of the order now for the Hardhats, it's Zeke Farley, 1 out, nobody on. 2-0 Pierre on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. First pitch to Farley, misses high and tight, ball 1. Farley struck out looking to start the ball game, followed by Amarian Saylor and Wyatt Anderson back-to-back singles. He fouls away the 1-0, back to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. Keen holds a deep breath and into his motion. The 1-1. Line drive, a hooking foul right side, and it's out of play. Zeke Farley comes in to play, batting an even .400 on the season. The 1-2 is a line drive, base hit in right field in front of George Stalley. And Zeke Farley into the hit column for the Hardhats. He's 1 for 2. Now left fielder Amarian Saylor. Saylor bats from the right side, comes into play, batting .378. Up that average, going 1 for 1 already here today with a single. Speedy Farley off of first, and Keenholz comes set. First pitch to Saylor. Popped up, right side, out of play. No balls and a strike. Saylor, 59 hits in 156 at-bats. Pickoff move over to first. Farley dives back in safely before the 0-1 to Saylor. 36 singles, 12 doubles, 7 triples, and 4 home runs. 2 inside the park, 2 outside over the wall. The 0-1, foul tipped into the mitt of Hunsley. And now Saylor down in the count 0-2. Our pickoff move over to first, this time Farley back in standing up. A reliever stretching a little bit beyond the fence of the bullpen area, up the left field line. The 0-2 to Saylor. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is outside for a ball to throw down. Is to the second base side of second, and Farley slides in safely with a stolen base. Tying run at the plate for the Hardhats. They trail 2-0. A ball and 2 strikes on Amarian Saylor. Keenholz set at the belt. Stares down Farley. Kicks and deals. And Saylor swings through the breaking ball. Go down swinging. That's the 7th strikeout already for Lincoln Keenholz. That's out number 2 here in the top of the 3rd. Now Wyatt Anderson. Anderson steps in on the right side. And he looks at ball 1, a touch outside. Comes into play batting .382, a 1061 OPS. 4 home runs as well for Anderson. The 1-0, breaking ball inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Anderson had to turn out of the way of that one. And Keenholz complaining about something. And now time is asked for by Anderson. Our home plate umpire was tapping his chest like it was high. 2-0. Swung on and missed. The breaking ball that time. Pulled the string on Anderson, and now on 2 balls and a strike. Wyatt Anderson with 10 two-out RBIs, 10 of his 36 with 2 outs. The breaking ball outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike, back-to-back breaking balls that time. And now a hitter-friendly count for Anderson, but where does Kienholz go? Maybe expecting fastball on the inside edge. Here it is, and it's a breaking ball inside edge. Called strike 2. The count runs full, 3-2. Farley off a second with 2 gone. The payoff pitch to Wyatt Anderson. Outside and ball 4. Breaking ball missed down and away. Lots of movement on that one, but Anderson laid off of it. He remains 1 for 1 with the single. Puts runners on first and second for Harrison Good. Good struck out looking his first trip to the plate. Tying run on base for the Hardhats. They'll be off on the crack of the bat. And Good looks at a called strike 1. Lower outside edge, first pitch breaking ball from Kienholz. Set at the mound, a peek at second, kicks and deals. And Good swings and misses, 0-2. Harrison Good batting .303 on the season. He has 8 two-out runs batted in. 8 of his 32. 0-2, outside by a hair. A ball and 2 strikes. Really a gorgeous day for baseball. Not much wind here in Pierre. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Harrison Good goes down swinging. 8th strikeout overall for Lincoln Kienholz. And the Hardhats strand a couple. They trail 2-0. Pierre to bat in the bottom of the 3rd after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City.
Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore has provided a full range of legal services for over 40 years in Rapid City. As one of the largest and highly respected law firms in western South Dakota and multi-state region, our expert team of diversified attorneys offer a very personalized style of legal representation. Whether it's support and recommendations with legal documents or the strongest proponent in a court of law, trusting who you hire as your advocate is vital in achieving the best results. Contact the experienced professionals today at Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore Attorneys at Law.
Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. Bottom of inning number 3. It's 2-0 Pierre as Palmer Jacobs hits the lower outside edge 0-1 on Bennett Dean. And ball 1 misses a little bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dean struck out his first time, so he's 0 for 1 against Palmer Jacobs. Side steps and deals and misses inside. 2-1. 2 runs on 5 hits for Pierre. 2-1, fly ball to shallow center field, and it's the second baseman Dylan Marsh who runs over and makes a grab to his right in the outfield grass, and it's out number 1. Now Johnny Lyons. Lyons bats from the right side. He's struck out as well, part of back-to-back strikeouts by Palmer Jacobs with the bases full in the first. This is outside for ball 1 on Lions. And the 1-0, a high fly ball hooking left field side. Wilson Kiefer calls off Wyatt Anderson, and he makes the grab, a step in fair territory for out number 2. Nice play by Wilson Kiefer. Martin Saylor had a long ways to run for that ball. Now it's George Stalley. The right fielder bats from the right side. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-0 Pierre, bottom of the third. Jacobs kicks and deals, and the first pitch hooking right field side, and it's out of play. Oh, 1. Stalley flied to right his first time. The 0-1 breaking ball missed a little bit outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ready in the 1-1, and it hits the helmet of Stalley. He'll flip his bat and walk his way down to first. No malicious intent there, and head coach Brian White will walk his way across the diamond and check on his right fielder. It's a 2-out hit batter. And it kind of hit him on the back of the head. It looked to be a breaking ball, but Stalley shaken up a little bit. Around first base. Coach White gives him a tap on the back, and he looks to be all right. Stalley will stay in the ball game. So 2 outs and a runner on first now for Jack Merkwan. Merkwan just a high pop-up his first time to short, where Wilson Kiefer made the play. First pitch to Merkwan, a called strike 1 from Jacobs, 0-1. So Merkwan enters today batting .227, and he looks at a called strike 2. 0-2 the count on the left fielder for Pierre. The catcher Hunsley on deck. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, the breaking ball. He pulled the string on him, and that's Palmer Jacobs' 4th strikeout of the ball game. It ends the third. We head to the 4th after this. The Hardhats trailing by 2. It's 2-0 heading to that 4th inning. Back in a moment on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth. Sales, service, and recreation. A 2-0 score on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. 2-0 in favor of Pierre, post 8 over your post 22 Hardhats out of Rapid City. Adam Birch alongside you, set to bring you the top of inning number 4, and the Hardhats will send 5, 6, and 7, Dylan Marsh, Lee Negebauer, and Jed Jensen to the plate. This part of the lineup, 0 for 3. Marsh leads things off. He bounced out to his second base counterpart his first time at the plate. And the first pitch, breaking ball from Kienholz. We've seen that plenty of times. It's a called strike on the inside edge, 0-1. Into the wind, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Marsh early on the breaking pitch that time. And now 0-2. The 2-strike pitch to Marsh, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Lincoln Kienholz, his 9th of the ball game. Boy, what a performance in his first start of the season. And that's out number 1. Here's Lee Negebauer. Negebauer struck out his first time. First pitch, outside edge, called strike 1 on the left-handed bat. 0-1. Kienholz winds, kicks, deals the 0-1, up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kienholz at 62 pitches, make it 63. This is his 64th, and he hits that outside black. A ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. The Hardhats have only 2 hits, actually 3 hits against Kienholz. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts make it 3 in a row going back to last inning, and the 10th overall for Kienholz. Keep in mind, folks, these two teams were set to play over in Rapid City earlier this season. First pitch to Jed Jensen, swung on and missed, a breaking ball. 0-1. Pierre had to cancel at the last minute because of some football camps that their players were attending and other commitments. So they really didn't have any players to play in Rapid City. The 1-1 chop foul right in front of the Hardhats dugout, a ball and 2 strikes. But now you don't face the Hardhats until today. And you can really reload and get set to face one of the best teams record-wise against in-state competition. The 1-2 to Jensen, outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on and 2 gone. The Hardhats trailing 2-0. The 2-2, swing and a miss, another strikeout, make it 4 in a row, and Kienholz strikes out the side, 11th overall. We head to the bottom of the 4th after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth. Sales, Service, and Recreation. The Hardhats trailing 2-0 to Pierre Post 8 here in Pierre at Hardhats Stadium. As we get set for the bottom of inning number 4. Palmer Jacobs back to the mound. And he will face 8, 9, and 1 of the 8's lineup. And that part of the lineup is 4 for 4 already tonight. Hunsley, Kruger, and Keenels. 1-0, a chopper left side, wicked hopping over the glove of Wyatt Anderson at third. It's a leadoff single, most likely, for the 8's. They might give Anderson the air, moving a little bit to his left, and they will. So an E5 instead. Now Brecken Kruger, runner on first, nobody out. It's 2-0 Pierre. First pitch from Jacobs, a bunt to Anderson. He bare hands, fields and fires, and it goes past Negebauer up the right field line. And up to third goes Hunsley. Kruger stays put at first. Be another E5 in the book. Back to back. Runners on the corners, nobody out, and now Solano flashes some signs in front of the plate to his infield. And now you have to face the top of the order in Keenels. Keenels 2 for 2, a high fly ball to center field, playable for Jed Jensen roaming to his left. He makes the grab out number 1 and bluffing a tag, going back to third, and Hunsley dives back into third base. Wondering what he was doing. Coach White is not happy with his catcher. So it's out number 1 on the fly ball to center. No sacrifice fly. The run didn't score. Here's Matt Hansen. He's 1 for 2, a single and reach on a fielder's choice. Infield double play depth. And the first pitch misses high, ball 1. Palmer Jacobs approaching 60 pitches. Ready in the 1-0. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Hansen, that single game in the first. The 2-0. Fly ball right side out of play. 2 balls and a strike. A .315 hitter on the season. Next pitch misses inside, blocked by Solano up to second, and goes Kruger, but Hunsley holds up. So a wild pitch allows the second runner in scoring position, but no run. 3 balls and a strike. The Hardhats will bring the infield in. And time asked for at the plate by Hansen. Hardhats already trailing 2-0. They're not completely in, but most of the way in. And the breaking ball swung on and missed. Now the count runs full, 3-2. Jaden Wiebe on deck. No one officially warming in the bullpen, and ball 4 misses a touch outside. So it'll be bases loaded for the 3-bat of Jaden Wiebe. Hansen remains 1 for 2 on his day. And here comes Coach Ryan Clapperch out of the dugout to have a word with Palmer Jacobs, as Jacobs ties his shoe. Here's the situation, folks. It's 2-0 Pierre. 2 runs on 6 hits. The Hardhats had back-to-back errors in this inning, and it allowed 2 men to reach. And a fly to center, a bluffed tag, but no sacrifice fly, and then a walk. So it's 1 out, 2-0 Pierre, and the bases are full for Wiebe. He walked his first trip, struck out after that in the second, and that was a strikeout looking. First pitch to Wiebe, swung on and missed, 0-1. Wiebe, black batting gloves on the right side, a black and orange bat, and a swing and a bouncer to short. Kiefer to second for 1, Marsh to first. In time, it's a 6-4-3 inning double play. And Pierre held off the scoreboard. 8 still lead 2-0. We head to the 5th after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. Lincoln Kienholz has not come out just yet to throw his warm-up pitches, and now he does. Along with the catcher, Hunsley. So Kienholz will work in his 5th inning on the mound. And Kienholz, known around the state as a football star, he's committed as a quarterback to play at the University of Washington. Big Division I commit out of Pierre. Several-time state champion, Lincoln Kienholz. And he's dealing on the mound here today. Already 11 strikeouts against the Hardhats. He struck out the side twice and has 2 strikeouts in, at least 2 strikeouts in every single inning so far. He will be heading to the University of Washington. He will be entering his senior season. Jake Solano to lead things off, and a first pitch bouncer on a short hop pick by Jaden Wiebe at second. He throws out Solano. 1 pitch and 1 out for the Hardhats. Solano out 4-3. Now Wilson Kiefer, the 9th spot. Struck out his first time, and he lifts the first pitch to center field. Over and back is Kruger, and he makes the grab in right center field for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 gone on 2 pitches. Maybe a plan of attack by the Hardhats to try and get to Keenholz a little bit earlier in the count. He loves that first pitch breaking ball on the inside part to a right-handed bat. But the first two down on 2 pitches. Top of the order now, Zeke Farley. He takes the first pitch and it's a called strike 1. So no immaculate inning that Keenholz was shooting for. Into the wind and the 0-1. Bouncer right side, Jaden Wiebe. On a couple hops, he fields and fires the first in time, out number 3. And the Hardhats go down very, very quickly in their 5th. We head to the bottom half of this 5th inning after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth. Sales, Service, and Recreation. Palmer Jacobs to work in his 5th inning of work with the Hardhats trailing 2-0 to Pierre. He will face 4, 5, and 6 of the Pierre lineup. The lone left-handed bat in the lineup for the 8s. Bennett Dean leads things off. He's 0 for 2. And this part of the lineup is 0 for 5 with a hit by pitch. Dean leads things off, and he goes after the first pitch, hits it high and deep to right field, and that ball is gone. First pitch swinging, and Jacobs gives up the solo home run. Bennett Dean did not miss that ball. Second home run of the season for Dean. And it's 3-0 Pierre. Brings up Johnny Lyons. Lyons will bat from the right side. That was the 65th pitch of Palmer Jacobs' afternoon. There is a reliever warming in the pen. First pitch misses outside for ball 1 on Lyons. 1-0 is lifted into right field, drops in front of Harrison Good, and Lyons on with a single. Brings up George Stalley. Runner on first, nobody out. It's a 3-0 lead now for Pierre after the solo shot. Just one game here in Pierre tonight between these in-state foes. First pitch swinging, a high fly ball to right center field. Harrison Good is back and to his right. He makes the grab out number 1. Brings up Jack Merkwan. Now 1 out. And a runner on first. Hardhats with 8 hits given up. First pitch called strike 1 on the outer edge, 0-1 on Jack Merkwan. He's 0 for 2 on the day, popped out the short and struck out. 0-1 from Jacobs. Bouncer left side through the gap into left field. We've said that a few times. And it's a single for Merkwan. And the Hardhats continue to give these batters that left side of the infield. Just a big gap on that left side, and you can see it on Hardhats TV. Most of these right-handed hitters have just been pulling the ball to that left side of the infield. One out, runners on first and second now. Jacobs' first pitch to Grayson Hunsley is a called strike one. Hunsley, no batting gloves on the right side. He taps the plate with his black and white bat. 0-1, popped up right side, out of play, 0-2. Hunsley, a single and a run scored in the second inning. Reached on an error after that. And chops the 0-2 foul. Count remains 0-2. Chopper to Anderson. He bobbles it, it's off his glove and has no play. Took a weird hop on the lip of the infield grass. And now it'll be bases loaded with one out and potentially a new pitcher. With Jacobs now at 74, I believe. Coach Clapperidge takes the baseball, and we will have a new arm come to the mound right after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. We're still in the bottom of inning number 5, 3-0, the Pierre lead, but it feels like a whole lot more. Palmer Jacobs exits for Eli Kelly, the reliever, to take over, and it'll be bases full, one out, with the 9 bat of Brecken Kruger to about the top of the order on deck. And Kelly finishes up his warm-up pitches. Our home plate umpire told him something. Could not tell by his hand motions. Bases full, one out, 3-0 Pierre. They're out hitting the Hardhats 9-3 and 3 Hardhats errors. Here on the dirt. First pitch to Kruger, chop foul beyond the plate, 0-1. Kruger 1 for 2, a single run scored and he reached on an error. That single came in the 2-run second. A solo home run here in the 5th made it 3-0. Pierre threatening for more, and Kelly hits the top of the zone for strike 2. 0-2 on Kruger. Kelly set at the belt, a deep breath, kicks and deals, and a swing and a miss. Kruger goes down swinging, chased a high fastball, and that's out number 2. First strikeout of the ball game for Kelly, and his first batter faced. Now you face the top of the lineup and Lincoln Keenholz. He's 2 for 3. A pair of singles, an RBI as well, and a fly to center. First pitch down and in, scooped by Solano. 1 ball, no strikes. Keenholz white batting gloves on the right side. Ready and waiting, the 1-0 from Kelly. Breaking ball, outside edge, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases still full now with 2 outs. But the gap remains on that left side of the infield, with Keeper holding the runner on second on. 1-1, chopper up the third base line, foul, as Lyons ducks out of the way of it. Ends up in the Hardhats bullpen area. A ball and 2 strikes now, Kelly to Keenholz. Twirls the baseball behind his back, right at his belt. Set in the 1-2. A bouncer to Kiefer at short. He goes a short way to second to Marsh, and that's out number 3. A solo home run by Bennett Dean over the right field fence makes it 3-0, but it could have been a lot more. Bases loaded and Kelly gets out of the jam. It's 3-0 Pierre as we head to the 6th after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Keenholz yet to throw any of his warm-up pitches to start the 6th because his catcher was on base at the 3rd out. So still awaiting his catcher, Grayson Hunsley. We're in a 3-0 ball game here in Pierre in favor of the 8s and post-8. Lincoln Keenholz has been dominant on the mound. 11 strikeouts through 4 innings. That's where he's at through 5 as well. And this 3-0 margin just feels like a lot more, mostly because the Hardhats have really not had much to show against Keenholz, where Pierre, on the other hand, has stranded the bases full a couple of times. And this margin could have ballooned a lot more. Keenholz entering this, his 6th inning of work, is at 74 pitches to start. And it'll be Amarian Saylor to lead things off. Saylor, Anderson, and Good. This is the right part of the lineup to try and get things started. Saylor is 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. Kienholz into the line. The first pitch to Omarion Saylor is swung on and missed. Down and away. Strike one. No balls and a strike. Kienholz delivers, and the breaking ball inside by a touch. He loves that inside breaking ball. It kind of backs off hitters off the plate. Kicks and deals in the 1-1. Chop foul right in front of Wyatt Anderson by the Hardhats dugout, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to count. Kienholz winds, kicks, deals the 1-2. High, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Omarion Saylor, a couple of days ago on Sunday, or actually on Monday, went 3 for 3, 3/4 of the cycle. A 2-bouncer on the left side. Johnny Lyons throws out Saylor from his third base position, actually roaming over in front of the shortstop. And it's out number 1. Here's Wyatt Anderson. A single and a walk, so he remains 1 for 1 on the ball game. 3-0 up here. 1 out in the top of the 6th. Anderson goes after the first pitch, chops it foul behind the plate, 0-1. So the Hardhats quickly down to their final 5 outs offensively in this ball game. We're only playing 1, but we're not playing any more than the regulation 7, unless specifically needed. Popped up foul and out of play as it bounces onto the street behind the ballpark. Oh and 2 on Wyatt Anderson. Winds, kicks, deals the 0-2 high, a ball and 2 strikes. I believe that is Capitol Drive behind the ballpark here. 1-2, a high pop up right side and out of play. So Anderson battling at the plate. It's Capitol Avenue sitting to the north. The 1-2. Line drive foul, hooking down the left field line. And it bounces off the fence and in fair territory, so the left fielder, Jack Merkwan, will have to run over and grab it. The state capitol, not too far away here from Hyde Stadium. Now the 1-2 to Anderson, a line drive foul, about the same spot. This one hooked a little bit less. And once again, it's in fair territory, so a Hardhat has to run all the way down to the fence. And out of the dugout, Pierre coach have a word with Kienholz. Kienholz is just threw his 85th pitch of his outing. Maybe talking to him, making sure his arm's all right. Don't want to do anything to jeopardize this young man's career ahead of him. A great athlete on the football field, and as you can see here on the baseball field as well. Kienholz will stay in this ball game, wipes his brow, and toes the rubber once again for the 1-2 to Wyatt Anderson. Swing and a miss. Anderson goes down swinging. 12th strikeout for Lincoln Keenholz. Out number 2 in the 6th. There is a reliever warming in the Pierre bullpen. It's a left-hander. The first Harrison Good. 2 outs, nobody on, and Good looks at a called strike 1. Breaking ball that hits the outside edge. They know how to pitch Harrison. That first pitch breaking ball has been staple on the outside edge against Harrison Good, who loves it on the inside third. No balls and a strike. And Harrison Good, a high fly ball, right center field, long run for the center fielder. He lays out and can't make the play. It rolls to the wall. Good will round second. He takes for third, and the throw comes in. It's cut off and wild to third. It's a 2-out triple for Harrison Good. Give Brecken Kruger credit. He laid out in center to try and make the grab, but it was about 3 feet past his outstretched glove, and the backup on the play by Stalley in right field had to throw that ball in up against the wall. There's lots of outfield here in Pierre. Here's Dylan Marsh. Marsh is 0 for 2. Goes after the first pitch, but it's swung on and missed. 0-1. I'm sure Pierre would love to have Keenholz finish this inning. 0-1. Inside edge. It popped out of the glove of the catcher and is still called strike 2. Marsh standing basically right on top of the plate. The 0-2, high and tight. A ball and 2 strikes. Don't want to get hit in sweet chin music with Keenholz's fastball. Time asked for by Marsh before the 1-2. Long pause by Keenholz. Into the line, the 1-2. Breaking ball, outside edge, called strike 3. 13th strikeout of the ball game for Lincoln Keenholz through 6 innings on the mound. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Hardhats still trailing 3-0 to Pierre Post 8. We're back on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City after this. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Eli Kelly back to the mound in relief of Palmer Jacobs. 3-0 our score. And Kelly to face 2, 3, and 4. That's Matt Hansen to lead things off. And Kelly misses high for ball 1. 2 runs in the 2nd for Pierre and 1, a solo home run in the 5th. 3-0 margin. Breaking ball, foul tipped in the glove of Solano. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hansen on his day, 1 for 2, a single, reached on the fielder's choice, stole a base, and walked. 1-1. This is inside, 2 balls and a strike. Heart of the Pierre order coming to the plate. 2-1, breaking ball called, strike 2. In case you're wondering, the Hardhats will have 6, 7, and 8 due up in the top of the 7th. And Kelly slips on the mound. It was a breaking ball that bounced in. Eli looks to be all right. Toes the rubber once again, slowly out of the stretch on the far first base side. The payoff pitch. High fly ball, right field side. Harrison Good gives chase, but it's out of play. We'll do the 3-2 payoff once again, as Kelly comes set at the belt and just steps off. Ready once again, the payoff. High ball 4. Kelly lost him. So leadoff walk drawn by Matt Hansen. Now Jaden Wiebe. Wiebe bounced into a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play in the 4th. In a big spot. Squares the bunt, pulls back. It's a ball outside from Kelly. Eight's out hitting the Hardhats 9-4. And 3 errors in the Hardhats column to none for Pierre. 3-0 the Pierre lead. And the run's called. Only column that really matters. A called strike 1 on Wiebe. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kelly twirls the baseball behind his back. A peek at first at Hansen. Set, sidesteps and deals. Hansen takes off for second. The pitch is low for a ball to throw down. In time, they got him. Perfect throw down by Jake Solano to Dylan Marsh. And Hansen thrown out for out number 1. Couldn't have asked for a better throw by Jake Solano. The 2-1. Outside by a little bit. 3 balls and a strike on Wiebe. So empty base paths now with 1 out. 3-1, swung on and missed. Now 3-2. Wiebe out in front of that one. Slightly open stance on the right side, the payoff pitch. A line drive, a fair ball hooking left field corner. Wiebe around first, Dick for second, the throw comes in, and Wiebe in standing up with a double. Wyatt Anderson took a tumble trying to dive after that ball. He looks to be all right. Laid out with all his effort. Now Benedine. Wiebe into the hit column for the first time. Benedine, the solo home run last inning. He looks at ball 1 low, blocked by Solano in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. It was a first pitch home run by Dean. Got a fastball and took it over the right field fence. Kelly set. Stares down Wiebe. Double takes back to second, kicks, and time is asked for right before Kelly went into the motion. Kelly set now. Lifts his leg and delivers and misses low once again. The ball in the dirt, throw down a third, beats him by a mile, and Jake Solano throws out another runner. Base running mistakes in this inning have cost Pierre. A caught stealing 2-4, now a caught stealing 2-5. Two on Dean, breaking ball called strike one. 2 balls in a strike, so empty base pass with 2 outs. Dean, that was his lone hit, the solo shot. The 2-1, chop foul into the on-deck circle for Lions. And he tosses the ball back to Eli Kelly. 2's across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Empty base paths and 2 gone. The 2-2 inside. Ball 3. Tap the plate, Dean is ready. Kelly comes set, he's ready. Here's the payoff pitch with 2 outs, and it's chopped up the first baseline foul. 3-0 the Pierre lead here at Hyde Stadium in Pierre. Payoff pitch once again, breaking ball inside, ball 4. So Dean draws the walk. And now Johnny Lyons. 1 for 3 day for Lyons, the 8's third baseman. Our umpire looked to have some dirt in his eyes, so he asked for time himself. Runner on first, 2 gone, 3-0 Pierre. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and the Hardhats to have Lee Negebauer, Judd Jensen, and Jake Solano at the plate in their half of the 7th. At least those are the scheduled 3 at this moment. First pitch called strike 1 on Lions. Kelly sets, sidesteps, and deals and misses down and away. Scooped by Solano on the backhand. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kelly a check at first, set and deals, and it's a bouncer left side. Kiefer dives and he can't make the play. It rolls into left field. It's a single after the walk to put runners on first and second for George Stalley. Second hit in 4 opportunities for Johnny Lyons. And now they might swap off Stalley for a pinch hitter. And they do. It'll be Gary Nedved. Nedved will bat from the right side. Stalley was 0 for 2 and also hit by a pitch. So they opt for the right-handed bat of Nedved. No batting gloves on the right side. 2 on, 2 outs. First pitch to Nedved. Breaking ball outside. Gary Nedved bats .292 on the season, and he chops 1 foul right by the Hardhats dugout. Even count 1 ball and 1 strike. He does have 14 runs batted in, 5 2-out RBIs, and his batting average with runners in scoring position like he does right now, he's batting .312. 1-1, breaking ball outside by a touch. 2 balls and a strike. Kelly set once again at the belt, and the 2-1 coming. Chopper to wide. Anderson takes it to the third base bag himself. 5 unassisted, out number 3. Hardhats the bat, In the top of the 7th, they trail 3-0 to Pierre. Lee Negebauer, Jed Jensen, and Jake Solano to bat. After this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. Lee Negebauer scored the bunt, pulled back, and it's ball 1 outside. Lincoln Keenholz back on the mound for the Eights. Negebauer drops down the bunt down the third base line, but it's foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Negebauer is 0 for 2. He struck out twice against Keenholz. 2 of 13 total for the Pierre starting pitcher. And Negebauer swings through the 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes. Negebauer fouls 1 straight back and stays alive. Ball and 2 strikes, the count remains. Keenholz winds, kick, steals the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Negebauer goes down to first, but he's thrown out. A strikeout and a 2-3 put out. Hunsley to Dean. 14th of the ball game for Keenholz. Now Jed Jensen. 1 out, nobody on. Hardhats trailing 3-0. Jensen foul tips the first pitch into the glove of Hunsley, 0-1. Jensen has struck out twice. And swings through the 0-1 and 0-2. That time a breaking ball by Keenholz. 0-2, Keenholz. Winds, kicks, deals. A 2-strike pitch inside. Ball 1. Hardhats at 16-1 in state against South Dakota competition. The 1-2 fouled straight back, just about came into my booth. And I was not ready for that one. Aimed at my camera. Another 1-2 to Jensen, breaking ball down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That lone loss for post 22 was the loss to Mitchell. Coach out of the dugout for Pierre. Gives them the signal to hurry up warming up. Still the left-hander throwing down there. Not sure who exactly that is. The mound visit, a long one, as Keenholz is up over 100 pitches, and he'll stay in the ball game. He might get one more batter unless Jensen goes down fairly quickly. The daily max is 106, I believe. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Jensen goes down swinging. 15 on the afternoon for Keenholz. Just a dominant performance. Now Jake Solano. Solano bats from the right side. He's 0 for 2. 1 strikeout and a bouncer to second. The first pitch, breaking ball called strike 1, outside edge, 0-1. The 0-1. Squares the one, drops it down in front of Keenholz. Fields by Keenholz, fires the first in time. It's out number 3, and that'll be the ball game. Lincoln Keenholz, 15 strikeouts, and a 3-0 victory for Pierre over the Post 22 Hardhats. With that, we welcome you into the Pioneer Bank and Trust postgame show. Pioneer Bank and Trust is proud to support local sports, and they want to be your trusted partner for all your banking needs. Pioneer Bank and Trust is local. Visit pioneerbankandtrust.com. This ball game felt like a lot more than a 3-0 margin, mostly because Pierre left several on base here this afternoon. We look at and just how many they left on base here today. Anyway, Lincoln Keenholz finishes at 105 pitches. And looking at the totals for this ball game, they jumped out in front, 2 runs in the second inning. It was 2-0 at that point, and that score held until the bottom of the 5th. A solo home run by Bennett Dean over the right field fence, and that made it 3-0. That's where the score would finish. The Hardhats only amassed 4 hits against Lincoln Keenholz, who finished the complete game needing 105 pitches, 77 of those strikes. 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 15 strikeouts, 1 walk. And just a masterful performance, not much else you can say. The Hardhats ran into a strong arm, and that young man has a bright future in front of him. Most likely on the football field at the University of Washington, but here's to say that he could definitely play baseball as well. Today's player of the game is sponsored by Claiborne Lowson Sabres. Whether it's divorce, injury, or a business dispute, when you need someone to step up for you, the law office at Claiborne Lowson Sabres is always ready. Just Google Claiborne Lowson Sabres in Rapid City. And I can't give it to anyone but Lincoln Keenholz. Those 15 strikeouts over 7 innings. And just, you can't say enough about that performance. And against these Hardhats, they gained a little bit of momentum with the final 2 wins of the Firecracker tournament, but the bats fell cold once again after against quality pitching. Now, they're going to face plenty of good competition coming up later this week at the Gopher Classic over in Minnesota. And their site host in Edina, Minnesota. And they play right away on Friday morning at 9 a.m. against the site host Edina, and play 2 games right away on Friday in Minnesota. So Quick turnaround for these Hardhats. Lots of baseball to be had. We will not be on Fox Sports Rapid City again until next weekend when Sioux Falls East and West come out to the Black Hills to face the Hardhats next weekend. So until later this week on Hardhats TV, my name is Adam Birch, and thank you so much for tuning in. The Hardhats fall in this one 3-0 to Pierre here at Heights Stadium in Pierre, South Dakota. Have a wonderful evening and good night.